Chosen one, stop scrolling. This message isn't for the many, it is for the few. What I am about to share is sacred, it is guarded, it is potent. And if you are here now, it is no accident. God Himself led your eyes to this screen because He knows you are primed for a truth too intense for the crowd. This revelation has been concealed not because it lacks reality, but because its season had to align with His. Now that season has come, but you must understand this is not casual. There are forces aligned against this message going public. God said to me, "Speak directly to my chosen ones, those with eyes to see and ears to hear." You are shifting not just in spirit, but in energy. A season is breaking in where the impossible starts becoming your reality. The prayers you whispered in quiet are no longer distant. They are moving in your now. Doors are unlocking. Divine alignments are forming. Breakthroughs are stirring behind the scenes in your favor. Yet here is the caution. If you are not ready, you will never reach the end of this word. That is how potent this is. Pause the video if you need to, then do these 3. Affirm by faith with the like button, subscribe to build the community, and comment 99 to seal this word in the spirit. The number means something. God is using it as confirmation. If a fire's stirring inside you right now, that is your spirit recognizing the truth. You were chosen to hear this, but the world isn't ready. That is why God is whispering this only to some. Are you listening? Good. Let's go deeper. There is a reason God keeps drawing you into the quiet. You are gifted. You are anointed. A chosen one. Hear this. You have been talking too early. You have shared ideas. Heaven hasn't green-lit. You have announced things that still needed His covering. Every time you expose too soon, you hand the enemy a blueprint. What God planted in you was never meant to be broadcast when it is unwrapped. You are not being ignored by heaven. You are being shielded. God sees your heart. You want to be seen. You want to share. But He whispers to your spirit, "Wait, not yet." The waiting is not punishment. It is preparation. The delay is not rejection, it is protection. Because if you reveal your dream too early, the seed will be ridiculed and the tree never recognized. This isn't about secrecy. It is about strategy. God says, "Speak." When I say speak, move. When I say move, until then, your silence is not weakness. It is warfare. Your restraint guards your future from premature death. You might think they are your supporters, but many are spectators waiting to see if you will fail. You mistook curiosity for connection. You believe transparency builds trust. Yet it opened you to spiritual attack. Chosen one. God didn't call you to a show. He called you to a purpose, not a performance. You don't owe anyone your progress report while your Father is still writing the story. God doesn't want influencers. He wants impact makers. While you are chasing viral, heaven is wanting to go vital in your soul. The more you share from impulse, the more your assignment becomes vulnerable to sabotage. Because not everyone cheering you is cheering with a clean heart. Ask yourself, who am I really performing for? God says, "Let me reveal you when you are ready, not when you are desperate to be seen." Keep your purpose behind the veil until the anointing is undeniable. When it is time to rise, no crowd can cancel what God has confirmed. Let's correct a lie. God is not angry at you. He is awake to you. There is a warning in your spirit. It is not shame. It is salvation. You have been speaking from excitement. And excitement is beautiful, but dangerous without maturity, because excitement without foundation invites attack. You weren't built to fight yet. Every time you post that dream, declare the plan, tell people what is next. Without God's yes, you give your destiny to ears full of jealousy and hearts misaligned with heaven. God quietly says, I didn't ask you to tell them yet. I asked you to trust me. That tension you feel, that delay you cannot explain. It is not punishment, it is divine redirection. God's voice doesn't always thunder. Sometimes it is a whisper, and if you stay still long enough, you will see He has been pulling you back, not to keep you small, but to slingshot you into the exact place He promised. But you must quiet your voice to listen to His. This might hurt, but you need to hear it. Your worst delay may have come from the person you confided in. You thought they were safe. You thought they would pray for you. Yet behind the smile was doubt. Behind the handshake was confusion. And now your dream is under siege. Not from a stranger, but from someone you thought was sent. The truth is, spiritual sabotage often wears a smile, not a horn. That friend, that supporter might be good, but they cannot carry your vision. What God placed in you is weighty. It is holy, and not everyone can carry it without dropping, or worse, destroying it. This isn't paranoia. It is protection. You are in a season where discernment outweighs applause. Start guarding your circle. Ask who is applauding and why. God hasn't told you to share that dream with everybody. He told you to birth it in silence and let Him reveal it in glory. Listen, that post of yours may have gone viral, but it may have broken the timing. You were bold, you felt ready, you shared your next move, then everything went still. Why? Because what you made public, the enemy used as a target. Not every testimony is to be posted. Some blessings need to ripen in private. The devil doesn't need your journal. He watches your feed. Every preview of a promise still developing invites warfare before the fortress is built. Social media is a tool, but can be a trap. God is saying, put the phone down, put the dream back on the altar. Let me finish before you invite applause, because the next breakthrough is too big, too sacred, too backed by heaven to risk untimely exposure. Right now, God is moving quietly. He is asking you to do the same. Your strategy isn't broken. Your prayers are heard. But your voice has been too loud for this next phase. Heaven is aligning connections, opening hidden doors, disarming spiritual landmines, but only if you remain still long enough to let Him finish. Silence doesn't mean you are losing. It means you are in divine training. Every second you dwell in quiet is building strength the world will not understand until God lifts the curtain. You are in a holy holding pattern. Not because you are unworthy, but because you are valuable, and valuable things aren't rushed. They are refined. This isn't the season for announcements. It is the season for alignment. God says, let no one know until I move. Let no hand touch what I am shaping. Let no opinion interfere with what I am birthing. The quieter you become, the louder heaven will speak on your behalf. Let's be real. Spiritual warfare is real. One of its sharpest weapons is envy. The evil eye isn't just superstition, it is scriptural. Jealousy masked as love is real, and whenever you share your next move with people who haven't healed their own insecurity, you hand them spiritual ammo. Some aren't praying for you, they are preying on you, watching to speak death over your assignment. You may think it is just a post, but to the wrong eyes, it is a target, a portal, an invitation for delay. God says, your silence is not just wise, it is warfare. Protect your oil, protect your fire, cover your promise in spiritual privacy. The eyes of envy watch always, but they cannot curse what they cannot see. You don't owe anyone your process. Let God show the result. and by then the enemy will be too late. God's glory is too heavy for human applause. It is sacred, set apart. What he is doing in you, through you, and for you was never meant to be shown in a preview. The glory coming in your life must be guarded, not paraded. You are a vessel of something divine, chosen one. And vessels don't announce the oil, they carry it until the appointed time. This next level isn't about being known, it is about being aligned. If God hasn't revealed it yet, it is because he is still building it, shielding it from spiritual snipers hungry to sabotage. God says, stop giving people sneak peeks of promises they aren't worthy to witness. Some glories grow in darkness, in stillness, unobserved. When the veil lifts, it will not be for validation, it will be for vindication. I know this part is painful. You handed access to people unqualified to hold your heart. You trusted words, smiles, even prayers. But behind them was jealousy, double-mindedness, sabotage, and now you feel lost, discouraged, betrayed. God isn't surprised. He saw this coming. That ache you feel right now, that betrayal. It is heaven calling you back to the secret place, to the quiet place where only his voice can guide you. This isn't rejection. It is redirection. You were depending on people when you should have been depending on him. God says, I allowed the betrayal to protect your blueprint. Now come back. Let's rebuild in silence, in truth, in fire. He hasn't changed his mind about you. He is shifting who gets in the room when your purpose is birthed. Some people will never be invited back. God does his best work in the dark, behind the scenes, in shadows. When no one is applauding, no one is watching. Why? Because that is when pride dies and purpose breathes. But you have been racing for the spotlight, and you don't realize the light is blinding you to what God is doing. You want to be seen, chosen one, but God wants you shaped. You want a platform, but God wants your posture fixed. You want exposure, but heaven needs you in exclusivity. He is not hiding you because you are weak. He is hiding you because you are too powerful to be revealed unfinished. The spotlight feels good, but it can scorch what is not ready. Let God keep you hidden. Let him act behind the curtain. Behind the curtain, because when the curtain rises, everything he did quietly will speak louder than your posts ever could. Stop explaining the tension you feel, the unease in your spirit, the subtle resistance from people who should be celebrating you. It is not your imagination, it is God waving red flags. Not everyone around you is from heaven. Some are assignments from hell, dressed in church clothes, smiling with spiritual knives behind their backs. You kept people around because of history, not discernment. You mistook familiarity for alignment, but God says, it is time to prune. It is time to cut, time to disconnect before they derail you. This season isn't about many, it is about walking with the few who are assigned, not attached. Cutting ties doesn't make you cold, it makes you consecrated. You don't need cheerleaders, you need gatekeepers. People who guard your oil, not profit from your glow. If someone drains you, distracts you, delays you, it is time to let them go. Some of the warfare you are facing isn't demonic. It is consequential. You opened your mouth too soon. You declared what wasn't ready. And now the backlash isn't because you are cursed. It is because the enemy overheard what heaven hadn't confirmed. Remember how God gave Joseph dreams, but didn't tell him to share them with his jealous brothers. When he did, he ended up in a pit. The pit wasn't proof. The dream was false. It was proof. It was spoken too soon. You are in a similar storm, not because you are weak, but because your words outran your wisdom. But God is gracious. This storm is your lesson, not your lifetime sentence. Let the wind remind you. Some revelations are for prayer, not public. Next time, guard it. Speak only when heaven says speak, and you will walk on water instead of drowning in warfare. Timing is everything in the kingdom. God doesn't rush greatness, and he doesn't bless chaos. He operates on divine timing, not emotional impulse. That idea may be brilliant, but if it is outside his timing, it becomes a burden instead of a blessing. Divine timing shields what your passion cannot. It places people, opens doors, releases provision, and shuts down demonic interference right when it is safest. You have been frustrated because you feel ready. But ready is not the same as released. God sees the danger ahead, and his not yet is a shield, not a shutdown. Learn to fall in love with heaven's waiting room, because when God finally says, now every delay will make sense. Every silence will have a sound, and what looked like a setback will scream of strategy. Wait for it. It is always worth it. Every powerful thing grows in darkness. Babies, seeds, visions, and your dream. Chosen one is no different. The darkness you are in isn't a grave, it is a womb. God didn't bury you, he planted you. And the reason no one sees your fruit yet is because he is still fortifying your roots. The most dangerous thing you can do is rush a dream out of darkness. Immature fruit rots in public, but mature fruit feeds nations, and right now, God invites you. Let the dream grow unseen, away from pressure, away from critics, away from forced exposure. Let it mature, let it deepen, let it marinate in prayer and patience. Because when it is birthed, it will not need marketing. It will carry heaven's fingerprint. And no demon in hell will uproot what God matured in the shadows. Remember how God parted seas quietly? He raised Lazarus with just one word. Jesus was resurrected in the solitude of a tomb. The greatest miracles in Scripture didn't need cameras. They needed obedience, and yours will too. You think you need a platform. You think you need approval. But God says you need only me. Stop trading sacred moments for likes. Heaven is at work behind scenes in ways your eye cannot trace. But for now, stay quiet, stay low, stay listening. Your miracle is on move, and when it hits, there will be no doubt it came from the throne room of heaven. Not because you announced it, but because God ordained it. So let silence speak, let mystery cover, let obedience lead. Listen, chosen one, the warfare you are facing isn't because you did something wrong, it is because you carry something right. The enemy doesn't waste ammo on people without potential. He unleashes full assaults on those dangerous to darkness. You are not being punished. You are being recognized. Hell has identified your calling. Even if you haven't stepped into it yet, what you feel now, the heaviness, the confusion, the isolation is not just life, it is spiritual recognition. The moment you aligned with heaven's assignment, you are marked not for destruction, but for divine protection. You are in the middle of a battlefield, masquerading as a breakdown. Don't bow to pressure, stand tall in the spirit. You are not under attack, you are in divine training. God is letting the pressure pull your strength, reveal your weakness, forge your next level authority. You are learning to war in silence. Pray through the pain, worship when your eyes are full of tears. That is not weakness, that is spiritual weight. That is the kind of muscle only the fire builds. The attacks will not stop. Yet, you will stop being afraid of them. Because when you realize the warfare confirms your worth, you will stop cursing the fire and begin thanking God for the furnace that forged you. There is a reason the world doesn't see your greatness yet. God has camouflaged you on purpose. He has hidden your anointing beneath ordinary appearances. Why? Because He is building the version of you that doesn't need applause to operate. He is guarding your crown until your character can carry it. You may look like everyone else, but you are nothing like them. They underestimate you because they don't sense the oil on your life. Let them sleep on you. Let them ignore you. When God unmasks you, you will not need explanation. The results will roar louder than words. God hides warriors until the war demands their weapons. And you, chosen one, are a weapon in development. Your silence isn't weak. It is covert warfare. Heaven is shaping a version of you hell will not foresee. When it is time, the covering will lift. But for now, stay hidden, stay faithful, stay sharpened in the shadows. Don't crave recognition, crave readiness, because when God reveals you, it will not just shock those around you. It will shift atmospheres. Your moment is coming. It will demand every lesson you learned in the dark, that opportunity you begged for, the relationship you didn't want to lose. The open door you mistook for blessing, it wasn't. It was a trap in disguise, and God slammed it shut to protect you from a future incomplete. You wept at the no. But God saw hidden sabotage, motives, jealousy, betrayal that would have fractured your vision. Instead of giving your flesh what it wanted, He gave your spirit what it needed. Protection, a closed door, isn't a curse. It is a covering. You may not see it now, but you will one day thank God for every door He didn't let you walk through, because if you had entered, you would have drained your calling, confused your vision, delayed your destiny. So bless the closed doors, thank God for the detours, and cling tightly to the promise. When the right door opens, it will not just be a blessing. It will be confirmation that heaven had your back all along. You have wondered why God cleared so many people from your life, why you feel alone, why every text goes unanswered. Here is the truth. You are not being rejected. You are being reconstructed, and isolation is God's construction site. In the quiet, He is working. In the loneliness, He is shaping. You are not abandoned. You are being refined in private, so you can be released in power. If God let those people stay, they would have defined your identity in ways misaligned with heaven's blueprint. God clears the room before He reveals the design. That emptiness, you sense its space made for clarity. He needed you still enough to hear His voice without the noise of opinions, expectations, attachments. The isolation will not last, but while you are here, lean in, listen, grow, become unshakable. Because when God brings you back into the crowd, you will not seek validation. You will carry authority. You don't owe anyone your obedience's blueprint. God told you, not them. And if they don't see it, that is okay. Obedience requires execution, not explanation. Stop trying to get people to understand a vision they were never in the room to receive. Some things are too holy to explain. Some instructions so sacred that speaking them dilutes their power. When God tells you to build something, He is not looking for you to justify it to spectators. He is asking you to trust Him with your next step, even when no one claps. The greatest moves of faith don't come with crowd support. They come with courage, clarity, and a quiet yes in the soul. Remember, Noah built a boat when there was no rain. Abraham left without a map. Jesus prayed alone in the garden. You are in good company, so build, obey, risk everything. If heaven says do it, let the finished product speak louder than your explanation ever could. What you build in faith will one day become undeniable proof of divine partnership. God is sharpening you like an arrow in silence, in shadows, in stillness. Why? Because arrows aren't sharpened on the battlefield, they are prepared beforehand. And when it is time, you will land your mark. But first, you must be refined. Every tear, every letdown, every betrayal. It is part of the sharpening. You are being made precise, strategic, focused. God is eliminating distractions, rounding out your weaknesses, refining your character, not just your calling. Because where He is sending you half-ready will not cut it. You have been hidden in His quiver, pulled back, pulled low. It feels like setback, but it is divine launch moment. The longer pull back, the greater the impact. Get ready, stay sharp, stay humble. Because when He releases you, you will not just arrive. You will land with authority, clarity, and heaven's thunder behind you. You thought it was a delay, but it was a quality check. God wasn't opposing you. He was ensuring the thing you were stepping into could hold the weight of your anointing. Some doors didn't open because they couldn't carry your future. He loves you too much to let you step into something fragile. That marriage, platform, job, they looked good. But God saw the fractures. He protected you. You don't need faster, you need faithful. God cares more about enduring legacy than momentary success. Every delay was for endurance. Longevity, legacy, because what He builds through you isn't just for a season, it is for generations. Trust the wait. Trust the wait. Trust the closed doors, because when your moment comes, you will walk into something that can bless you, not burden you. That tug in your spirit, that silence in the room, that unease, that is discernment. And you have been ignoring it too long. You are not paranoid. You are spiritually sensitive. God gave you that sensitivity so you would move wisely in a world full of spiritual traps. Your gift of discernment is your early warning system. And right now, it has been flashing. Start listening. Start obeying. When misalignment hits, step back. When a connection feels forced, let it go. When your spirit's restless, don't quiet it for comfort. Your peace is more important than people's approval. God is honing your discernment this season, because what is ahead needs surgical spiritual clarity. Not everyone can come. Not every deal is blessed. Not every open door is heaven sent. You have been striving to fit in, to be liked, to explain yourself. But hear this. You were never meant to be understood. You were meant to be set apart. That is why people don't get you. That is why you feel mismatched, because you don't belong to them. You belong to God. You are different. You carry oil they cannot recognize because it isn't performance. It is consecration. God etched you, formed you, designed you. When you try to blend in, you dilute the very thing darkness fears. Don't shrink to be accepted. Don't soften your fire to be liked when God called you. He called you out of comfort, out of culture, out of crowd, and into a space where only His voice directs your steps. That is why you will feel out of place where His presence hasn't called you. Let them mislabel you. Let them misunderstand you. Your destiny wasn't about their approval. It is about heaven's assignment. Be bold in your difference. There is a crown on your uniqueness. You have been wounded, chosen one, not just by life, but by people, by promises, by spiritual betrayal. You have carried pain like armor, but God says, "Let me heal you so I can use you." Because unhealed wounds become weapons against others, but healed scars become testimonies. There is power in your pain. There is purpose in your past. But if you don't hand it to God, you will bleed on people who didn't cut you. Healing isn't forgetting. It is letting God rewrite your story from victory, not victimhood. Let Him into the broken places, the parts you buried, the moments you never told anyone. Because when he touches those wounds, they become portals of power. They become proof that resurrection is possible, that beauty rises from ashes. Your scars don't disqualify you, they qualify you, but only if they have been surrendered to the healer. Let him finish what he started. Your story isn't over. It is about to become someone else's survival guide. You are watching the clock, wondering if God's late, wondering why others got theirs, and you are still waiting. But listen, heaven doesn't work by your schedule. It works by precision. God isn't dragging, he is aligning. There is a reason for the wait. Some parts of your promise are still growing roots you cannot see. God is shifting people, preparing environments, arranging divine meetings. What looks like delay is actually God protecting your destiny from chaos. He is not just preparing the blessing, he is preparing you. If he gave it too soon, it would crush you. You would mishandle it. You would misassign the people. But because he loves you, he is not just saying wait. He is saying watch what I am about to do. And when it happens, it will arrive without sorrow, without striving, without compromise. So don't curse the pause, bless it. Trust that God isn't making you wait without reason. He is crafting something rare. Rare things take time. The world rushes. Heaven refines it. You buried it. That dream, that relationship, that calling, you thought it died. But God doesn't need it. Breathing to bring it back. If he spoke it once, he can speak it again. In this season, he is preparing a resurrection. There is a Lazarus in your life, something wrapped up, mourned, forgotten. You have adjusted to live without it, but God whispers, roll back the stone. I am not done yet. His breath brings dead things alive, and he is about to blow new wind into what you thought was beyond saving. But resurrection doesn't come without faith. You must believe again, pray again, stand again, even when everything says it is over. Because when God moves, it is not to bring back the same thing. It is to bring back a better version of what you lost. What died in your last season was buried for refinement, not rejection. The grave was temporary. The glory is permanent. Get ready. He is about to raise what everyone else walked away from. This next season will not come through hustle. It will not come through striving. It will come through one radical act of obedience. God is about to take your simple yes and turn it into something unimaginable. He just needs your full surrender right now. Obedience feels small until heaven breathes on it. Moses raised a stick and parted a sea. David ran with a stone and dropped a giant. Their thread obedience activated what the Spirit moved. Your act of obedience may seem insignificant, writing the vision down, quitting a toxic circle, pressing send on that prayer at midnight. But it is loaded. Heaven is watching, and when you move, the angels move with you. So don't underestimate your yes. You are not waiting for a sign, you are the sign. Obey God with the fire in your bones, faith in your heart, because your next act of surrender might be the matchstick that lights an explosion. You are in a war emotionally, mentally, spiritually, but you are not a victim. You are a warrior in training, and your victory is already written. Wait for the Lord, be strong, and take heart, and wait for the Lord. Psalm 27:14. The Lord is good to those whose hope is in him, to the one who seeks him. It is good to wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord. Lamentations 3:25. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Isaiah 40:31. You weren't made for the crowd. You were shaped by heaven. You were hidden for the moment you will be revealed. Stay faithful. Stay quiet. Stay sharp. Because when God moves, he doesn't whisper. He thunders. And you will not just arrive, you will overwhelm. Stay ready. Your time is now.